Good morning, everyone. Ender, thank you so much for your 22-month resub, very close to 2 years. 23 months, excuse me, I can't read. And Pirate, thank you for 38 months. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I am still in the process of getting a couple of things set up, but we're going. I've been priming stuff all morning, building stuff all morning. Jesus Rogue from Marvel Crisis Protocol. I on occasion have won a thing, yes. I'll let you know after AdeptiCon. Good morning, Zestful. But yeah, I'm hanging out. I'm getting ready to paint. I've got my headlamps charged. I've got some stuff primed. We're going to be working on Star Princess Aries today. I have to go in with a little bit of primer where she got nicked a bit because she's got some spots that are sit up really high. Nice. I've been doing assembly off and on for a couple of days. I will warn everybody if I get kind of quiet today. I am in a very, yes, that is me, the four-time award-winning Awkwardish Panda. Well, three-time award-winning mini painter, that is correct. Hoping to add some more to that at AdeptiCon, but we will see. I will be happy just to get my shit seen and get people really excited about my stuff. That's kind of the whole thing, is get my name out there a little bit in the mini painting space, because obviously not a lot of people know me yet because I changed all of my content around. I will tell everybody it is bad brain hours today. I've had some stuff happen over the last couple of days that I am not at liberty to speak about on stream. at least not yet, and my brain is in a really bad place, but I'm painting because painting makes me feel better. And so does streaming and hanging out with all y'all. So, first things first, I'm going to get my priming cap and some primer, and I'm going to touch up the places that the airbrush didn't catch. And then, while that's drying, I will pull the rest of, or some of the paints that I need for her. So basically the color palette for this piece is deep warm browns, silvers, bright pinks, bright purples, mint green, and white. Because my kid likes when I paint on hard mode. Sorry, I know that squeak is obnoxious. It's actually it's my headset. It's the, getting the, just right, the, magnifier in the right spot. It's a little squeaky. But how's everyone doing today? What's everybody up to? How is everybody's Tuesday? If you were anywhere where it snowed yesterday, I'm sorry. It's miserable out. I can tell you right now that unless it's an emergency or I get very, very lucky, my car ain't moving anytime soon because I cannot shovel the snow at the foot of my driveway. It is too heavy. And if I try to push my car through it, it's going to get stuck. Unless I goose it out of my driveway, which could potentially work. Getting back in is going to be a problem. So I airbrush primed this last night. Priming went okay. There's a bunch of spots that because I needed to get the way that I had her sticky tack down, I missed. So I'm just going in and touching up those areas real quick with a very wet brush and a thin bit of this primer. I'm using the Pro Acryl black primer. I love this stuff. You make them look sick? Nice. I've been kind of lurking in painting streams all morning. I know that Cypher is building. Rhino is on. I've been lurking a lot in impending Duff streams. I actually am going to be taking a class with him at AdeptiCon, so I've been kind of lurking over there to get the vibe. He seems like cool people. I'm going to be in his glazing class. I got one of the 6 seats. That is my Saturday afternoon class. Me learning glazing techniques. Which glazing, I understand the concept. I'm not great at it in practice. It's one of those things where, like, conceptually, I understand the way a lot of these painting styles and techniques work. But then, like, to put it on paper, it's not quite as easy for me. Or in this case, on plastic. I have no idea. I don't actually play Warhammer or any war games. I watch a lot. I'm trying to learn, but because of my brain injury, I can't process the math really well. And it's been really difficult to find somebody willing to sit down and take the time to teach me how to play because I need someone to hold my hand through it. And while the community is great, patience is definitely not something everyone has. So I know the models, I know a good bit of the lore, I don't know the mechanics very well. See, also having 40K theories on in the background while I'm painting when I'm not streaming is a great way to learn all the things. Sounds like they're... That sounded like a plow. They shouldn't be plowing my street. My street is dry now. They might be rolling through getting like all the edges though. But school got called off for Princess yesterday, which is why I didn't stream, because I really cannot stream if I'm here by myself with her, you know, unless I absolutely have to. Like if it's one of my actual work days, that's fine. If it's not one of my actual streaming days, it's not worth it for me because it's a lot. I have to take a bunch of breaks. I've got to get her fed. I got to do all the mom stuff. So, you know, easier to just not stream and do other work. And I was captioning all day yesterday because Fiends of Fairwick episode 6 goes live to the public right now. I'm going to go switch the button right now before I forget. Because, hey, I can do that from my main account. Because I added myself as an editor to Fiends of Fairwick, so I don't have to log out of my main account. Because Fairwick doesn't have a premium account, and I like to be able to like listen to focus music in the background while I'm captioning. It helps me concentrate. But episode 6 is now public. Episode 7 is in captioning. Episode 8 is being edited. Pretty excited about that. Episode 8's pretty short. Episode 7 is really fluffy. If you're looking for some feel-good, cozy vibes, that's the episode you want to watch. It works as a standalone episode for the most part. There's some stuff at the beginning that holds over from episode 6. But it's not a lot. But episode 7 is our cozy comfort episode before Frank wrecks all of us. There is that. Bless them for this model. I love this model specifically because she's winking. I've only got to paint one eye. I don't have to paint two that match. I've only got to paint the one. And even though I love painting eyes when it's a competition piece, it's way easier when I ain't got to make them perfectly even. But how's everyone doing? What's everybody up to today? Hi, Frank. Hi, Word. Can I get a shout out for Word and a shout out for the GR crew, please? I think Pirate is here. Pirate, feel free to shout yourself out, or one of the other mods will handle it. I'm sure, or I will at some point here in the next few minutes. But yeah, like I said, it's bad brain hours today, so I'm just kind of sitting here painting, trying to get this particular model going, because again, this is an Adepticon piece. This is for P3 Grandmaster for Privateer Press. This is one of their resin models from Monster Apocalypse. This is Star Princess Aries. As you will note from the title, and as this is 26 minutes away from rolling over, we are about to be at 60 nice hours for our 60 nice days until Adepticon, which is terrifying with how little I have done. I mean, there's some people that are still painting and working on their stuff that are only bringing one piece, and they're like, we're going to be painting this right up till AdeptiCon. I'm just like, oh my god, okay. That's the level of competition, is people working for months on a single piece, which is, you know, fair and valid. I would do the same thing if I was going there with the object being I'm going to win actual trophies. My current objective is get my work seen by as many eyes possible. Let it all sit in the cases, let people check it out, and then turn around, photograph everything, put it on socials, and be like, oh, by the way, that was me. I have to check my email because I know that it got sent, but I had somebody reach out late last night for a commission, so I'm super excited about that. And I'm super excited about the commission because I really, really like the model that they want painted. And I get to paint 2 of the same model. I'm going to get to paint a display piece. Basically, it's for somebody's TTRPG character. I'll be painting the display piece as well as the tabletop mini. So I'm waiting for additional details on that. I know I have an email. I saw what the model was in like the email description, but the email came through right before I was getting ready to get started. So I will be checking that after stream. I should have just flipped her upside down to spray her. Tried to, but she didn't get the coverage that she should have. So choices were made, and now I'm fixing my mistakes. But yeah, definitely bad brain hours. Definitely a weird... This week has been weird. They're calling for more snow Thursday into Saturday morning. We may not even have D&D. It might get rescheduled because if the snow hits too early, there's no way for people to get home. They're saying this storm is going to be worse than the one we just had. So, you know, fun. It's so weird that the underside of her hand didn't get hit when the underside of everything else did. I must have just missed this side in the process. It also looks like I missed part of a mold line right here on this arm, but that's going to be easy to cover without anybody seeing it. And if it's not, we carve it off and we fix it. All I can do is check this one, and then we can start grabbing paint. I have to remember to order the ink for this. Though I might not. I might try to do it with paint. All the glow effects, I might try to do it with paint, just paint. Because I've got all this bold titanium white, I can probably thin it down enough to get it where it needs to go. I should have gloves on while I'm doing this because the oil on my hand is likely not helping any of this. But here we are. I'll grab a glove in just a second. I think I am definitely going to need to get a hobby light specifically for my airbrush booth because I'm missing spots, but I can't see them in the booth because the booth is not super well lit. And once we have enough folks here, we will play some Stream Raiders. I do have it pulled up. We just gotta wait for people to get here. Which I realize I started a little late today, and I do apologize for that. I was not really looking at the clock, and I was working on priming and getting some other stuff, and I looked up and I'm like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I should probably, like, stream or something. And I know my schedule says, like, I stream at 10:30, but I'm usually trying to be on a little earlier than that to give folks time to get here before the getting gets good. Morning, babe. Set this down. We're going to let that dry. I'm going to get a glove. I'm going to keep the primer out just in case I need it. And we're going to get started on some base coats. going to grab my wet palette because I am going to need it today for sure. Use my littler one just because I'm not going to be using a ton of colors and I'm not going to be doing a lot of blending today. This stayed surprisingly juicy. Brand new paint, so I'm shaking. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn off this camera because the dogs are nowhere near anything that looks like they could be on camera. There's so much crap under my nails. I'm fixing it real quick. You can definitely tell I've been playing with paint all morning because there's paint all under my nails. I am just covered in primer. I'll be okay. Have a glove close by in case I need to pick something up with my bare hands. I think we're gonna start over here. All right, painting handle. I'm gonna start with our head and work our way from there. So how's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? How is everyone's day? Oh no. That all sounds unpleasant, babe. I'm sorry. Well, if you need me to like cut stream early or something and bring you lunch, I can do that. This is actually probably lighter of a color than I really wanted, so I may get out a little bit of black to darken this brown just a skosh. I'm really not leaving myself a lot of room here for highlights. Because, like I said, we are trying to mimic my child's skin tone, and my kid is pretty dark skinned. So... Gotcha. I'm going to put 2 drops of black. Maybe 3. We'll put the third over here in case we need it. It's not one of my mixing brushes. But that is. Actually go a couple more drops here. Oh, we gotten some of them? Nice. B's gonna be printing these for me to store all of my paints and such. I'm very much looking forward to getting to have these printed and put on my desk to store all of my stuff. Hello, hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? But yeah, the Painter's Fortress is going to be my desktop paint storage. We're going to start figuring out exactly which bottles I have, how many of what bottles I have, so we can figure out exactly what we need to print. And we'll also be printing some of the blank trays so I can magnetize them to put my minis. Well, I am happy to be Chill Panda vibes today. It is a very Chill Panda vibe day. I've had a really, really rough week. Honestly, 2024 had a lot of promise and it started really good, and now it's just been like, okay, everything is shit again. But I record Fairwick tonight. I'm excited about that. I'm hoping the rest of the team is too. It'll be nice to roll dice and hang out. Um, There we go. That is much better. I need to go really, really dark to get started so I can bring it up to her actual skin color. If I start at her actual skin color and darken it down, bring it up. Man, I wish, Blackjack. I really wish. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We are now 52 away from 2,500. We're getting there. So what I'm working on today is a model from Privateer Press's Monster Apocalypse line. This is Star Princess Ares, the Martian Menace. It's a very, very cute mini. It's a lot of fun. I've been looking forward to painting it ever since I found out that this was a painting competition I could enter. And then I kind of decided on a whim that I wanted to paint her to kind of look like my daughter, and then I let my daughter pick colors. And oh boy, did my daughter pick the colors a 9-year-old would pick. So here we are. I am actually very surprised she did not pick gold for the medal, because she loves gold everything. But she picked silver for the medal that goes on here, so here we are. So brown skin, mint green hair, purple lights, white leather, silver for all the metal, and then something on here to accent in pink, and I think that's going to be the really glowy parts of the ship that aren't the actual ship's lights. Then after AdeptiCon, this will go in the case at Privateer Press for P3 Grandmaster, and then after AdeptiCon, my kid gets to keep this one. She can put it in her room to display it. But AdeptiCon is creeping up. We are at, in 18 seconds, it's going to tick over to 69 days till AdeptiCon. So, all the nice is in chat, but at the same time, oh my god, I only have 60 nice days until AdeptiCon. The goal is to actually have this one done by the end of the month, because I'm also going to enter her in the Monument Hobbies monthly challenge if she's done. that dry, and then grab this and work on her skin tones that are on this. Of which there's actually not a lot. It's really just where her arms are peeking through. I should probably grab a smaller brush. Couple of these larger areas with this one, and then go a brush size down or two to get right up under. But she was very, very particular about what color she wanted. And as soon as I asked her and showed her a picture of what the mini looks like the box art, oh boy, she just was like, I need this and this. Oh, okay, slow down a little bit. She very specifically said green hair, but she didn't say what color green. And I realized that a couple hours later, and I went back and I'm like, do you want something pastel like a mint green? Do you want something really bright like a bright limey green? Do you want something neon like a bright neon green? Do you want a really dark green? What do you want for green? She said mint. I'm like, okay, done. And I think it's just because she knows I like that color, but at the same time, I gave her the options. That's what she picked. I'm not going to try to encourage her to go one way or the other. If that's what she told me, she's getting what she asked for. Honestly, I don't care that this is getting a little bit on her bodysuit. I can fix that. I want to get the skin color down. Because honestly, I think today is going to be about getting the skin color down. Let that dry down. Do another coat on her face. Now, I will say, Definitely doing the lots of thin coats thing for this particular piece. But some stuff I don't know if I'm gonna really be able to do until she's assembled. So right now it's a lot of do the stuff that I know I can do pre-assembly, and then all of the extra OSL lighting is gonna be post-assembly. Mm-hmm. It's why I do so well with classes that are like hands-on, because I get to do it myself, but also have somebody sitting right next to me while I'm doing it, as opposed to rewinding a video a whole bunch. Yeah, I have to do it myself in order to get it. I also need to, a lot of the times, I really need to have somebody sitting there going, yes, do that. No, don't do that. Because I like non-metallic metal. I've tried it, you know. I've tried it 100 times. I cannot grasp it. But I have a feeling that sitting in Andrew Wang's class with like 10 other people going, how do I do that? Being like, okay, do this. Everybody stops and does this. I don't have to stop and like actually go pause a video or rewind it. I can just ask questions and then figure it out. I think it's Andrew. Am I taking Andrew's non-metallic metal class or his OSL class? I can't remember which. But I'm also taking Duff's glazing class. Because, again, glazing is something that I get in concept. Like, I get how it's supposed to work. I really need somebody to stand over me and go, do this. Yeah, I remember you talking about how the edge highlighting thing very much just clicked for you once you had a chance to talk it over with some people and then do it. I'm really concerned about this mold line right here because it's like it's a mold line, but it's also like it's not. I've tried to cut it off and it's just stubborn. But then there's this mold line that goes down the middle right here that I thought I had cleared and it's just not. So I may have to scrape this and repaint it, which is gonna make me really angry, but gotta do what you gotta do. Either that or I'm just gonna leave it because it's her legs, and if I position her like that on her base, no one's gonna see it. Till they pick her up and move her around. I feel like all I've been doing for the last 5 days is fucking cleaning mold lines. No, I've got to do the one on that knee. It's really bad. It just did not scrape as well as I thought it did. It's going to be a get out the X-Acto knife and carve it, I think, because it's not scraping off the way that it should. I will say, like, there are not as many mold lines on this piece as there are on some others. I didn't really see them. She's pretty clean overall, and the mold lines are in reasonable places for the most part. There's a couple of them that it's like, if they ding me for this, it's their own damn fault. She's got a mold line that runs right through the inside of this armpit. You can't get a knife in there. I had to, like, pick at it with a needle, and even then couldn't get all of it. Clean out these brushes, and I'm going to grab my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to see if I can't scrape this line. The problem is this is not soft hobby plastic. This is injection molded resin. So the mold lines are a little more difficult. Like the back of a knife just isn't gonna cut it. Literally. When I thought my mold line scraper got all of it, it felt like it was pretty smooth, but you can very clearly see the mold lines on here, so I am just gonna run over this again, get a little bit of get a little bit of primer. And clean it up. Because I sanded it too. It felt like it was smooth, but once I put the paint on it, it's very obviously not. We do have an ad starting in about a minute and a half, just to let everybody know. I am literally just going to be sitting here painting brown and cleaning up mold lines. So no one's really going to miss much. If you need to get up and take a break, definitely get up and take a break. Do what you got to do to take care of yourselves. Take your meds if you haven't taken your meds. This is your daily reminder to self-care. Can I help you, Ripley, with that big-ass yawn? doggo back for doggo cam, I can set it up while the ads are running. In fact, I'm just gonna hit the button to run them now while I set up doggo cam. There we go. Have one Ripley Ann. I also found a spot where I missed some primer anyway, so... Because, oh boy, that is an interesting spot to try to get into. You know, I love big blocky minis, but sometimes they have some really odd angles. I think I'm going to base the whites on this piece in pink, like a deep magenta, and bring it up from there, since pink is like the accent color. Either going to base it in pink or I'm going to base it in purple. Welcome back, everybody. I hope the ad break was not too horrific on anyone. I know they've been running really weird ads lately, so... Oh, come on, Rip. I just turned the camera on. Are you going to big stretch and then leave? Go back to bed. What you doing? Go back to sleep. Go back to your comfy spot. You're gonna lay right down on the hard floor, aren't you? What? Come here. You want love? This is the big stretch. Oh, the big stretch. Gotta get the tail stretched out too. You're okay. I like it. No one wants to just stare at your ass. Thought I had her, y'all. Not sure if we have quite enough people for Stream Raiders, but we're going to go ahead and fire it up anyway. If the map will pop up. There we go. There we go. I gotta let her forehead dry just a little bit, so I'm gonna grab this part. I'm gonna real quick go in here and start the highlighting process, which is just kind of not going all the way to the edge and just very lightly. A nice wet brush here. Going in and brightening up where the light might hit. I'm not trying to be real tricksy with the lighting in this. It's just gonna be downward light plus the OSL. Hey DC, welcome in. Can I get a shout out for DC, please? How are you doing today? Awesome. I am just working on Aries today. Currently starting to work on a lot of the highlights. Yeah, we're going to be getting it too on Friday, Saturday as well. They're calling for it. They're actually calling for ours to start Thursday night and end early Saturday, just about while y'all are getting the thick of it. And the one that rolled through yesterday was a nightmare. I don't know if y'all got any of the snow from it or if it all ended up as rain by the time it got over there. And we keep getting a whole lot of, until we know what the exact track of the storm is going to be, we can't tell you how much snow to expect. And it's like, okay. That's not terrifying at all. Well, they're saying we're going to get another inch tonight where we're at. And where I live has now moved from the 50 to 70% chance of the storm hitting us to the 70 to 90% chance. Oh boy. And then next week is going to be just fucking freezing cold. It's supposed to be a nightmare how cold it's going to be next week. The Old Farmer's Almanac was not wrong. Yeah, they were, God, well, let me go look at our actual weather, what they're saying so far. I know that they said we're going to have wind chills here in the negative 20s at some point. The high on Sunday is 6. The low on Saturday night is negative 4. Monday, the high is 0. So, yeah, we're all getting our asses kicked. I'm going to stay right the fuck inside. I have a feeling it's going to be colder here, but DC is going to get more snow. Hey Mandy, hey Prax. Can I get shout outs for both Mandy and Prax, please, if I have a mod available? If not, I will get it the next time I can put my brush down. How's everyone doing? I am just doing a little bit of very thin highlights right now to start bringing up where the highlights are going to go. There aren't going to be a ton of really highlighted spots, especially on her legs, because they're under a gigantic skirt. And I do mean a gigantic skirt, like her legs sit inside of this. So it just needs to be a little bit of a highlight to pick up some of the glow that's going to go on here later. I'm basically just kind of looking for any of the muscles that are pointed upward. That might catch the light just a little bit. It is definitely a Wednesday. This is, yeah. Who is snoring? Seeger is. But y'all go follow DC and Mandy and Prax and Pirate and all the friends. Prax, how are you doing today? Like I said, y'all, I'm sorry if I sound exhausted. I promise it's not y'all. I'm having a bad week. Go up to the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Right now I am just doing some highlights on this face. The goal is to bring this particular character's skin tone up to be real close to what my kid's is. And she's pretty dark skinned, so I'm not gonna have to do a ton of work, but I've got to make it believable. So lots of thin coats, lots of little bits here and there to try to bring some of these highlights up. And then we're going to do one last highlight pass with a lighter color once I have like the actual base mid and midtones really where I want them. And then from there we can go back in and darken down anything, contour, whatever we got to do. But I am trying to get her face painted in before I do anything else, get her skin tones down, and then work my way out from there. Patchwork. Welcome in. Patch, I'll get you a shout out here in just a second. How are you doing this morning? Hey Melissa, good morning. How are you holding up? Pretty good is better than bad. I'll take it. I'm doing okay. I'm kind of having a bad brain hours kind of week. It's been a really rough few days, but I'm hanging out with chat. I'm painting. We got some stream raiders running. It could be worse. The weather yesterday sucked, so I'm also having pain holdover. Because we got all of that snow yesterday, and it's gross outside. Hopefully the shout outs are going to let me do them. Y'all go follow Patchwork. Right now I'm just getting some very, very thin layers of a highlight color on here. The blends on this I don't think are going to be super, super overall smooth because she's such a comic booky kind of character. I feel like choppier, chunkier paint is going to look really good with her. We're going to see. The blends will be fine regardless, but... And then, of course, this is going to go in Princess's room after P3 at AdeptiCon. She's very excited that Mommy is painting a mini just for her, so, you know. You just got rain. Oh, man, I think I would honestly rather have had the rain. Not that it really matters. The body paint would have been the same either way, but right now, I don't think my car gets out of my driveway. There's so much of that, like, what they call concrete snow at the foot of my driveway from the plows coming through constantly because we have a school in our neighborhood, so they are required to plow the entire neighborhood every hour on the hour. And then now they're calling for Thursday night into Saturday morning a cold front to come through where we're going to get a ton more snow and the temps are going to bottom out. Our high for Monday is 0 Fahrenheit. Our high for Sunday is 3, and our high for Tuesday is 3. I take that back. Sunday is 6, Tuesday is 3. Oh, I didn't realize you shoveled you all the way down to the street? Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. I didn't realize you shoveled out there this morning. Thank you. Because I know at 4 a.m. or 4:30 this morning, our neighbors across the street couldn't get their car out. I know this because Seeger woke me up barking about it. There's nothing like hearing a thud in your sleep and it waking you up and then all of a sudden your dog's barking. Oh, thank you, baby. I hadn't looked outside. I didn't realize you shoveled my spot, so I appreciate it. So I retract my previous statement. I can get out if I need to. Hopefully I won't need to, because I'd like to just stay home all day, because I gotta work tonight. Because we've got Fairwick tonight. I'd like to get some painting done, and then do the Fairwick thing, and then take a nap. That's not too bad. I'm going to grab another light color, probably the tan that I have. Which is darker, the tan or the beige? I'm going to mix up just a little bit of a further highlight color, and then we're going to move on to the next part. I am not trying to waste time on this mini and be finicky about it. I am trying to learn to paint faster, so that is what we are doing. I'll get Stream Raiders here in just a second. Oh, it did the thing again. God damn it. All right. Well, anyway, battle cries in chat. No one gets off. Well done, everyone. That's fair. Hang on one second. Oh, Jesus. You were not kidding about the wet boots. Damn. Yo, Briar is having a miserable day. This is what Briar is standing in at work right now to do his job, to keep people's phone and internet running. Please show some love to your local phone and internet techs. They have a difficult job, y'all. That is standing water and mud and snow runoff around the box where he has to work. Now this color came out a little more pink than I would like with this beige red color, so I am pulling a little bit of this ochre yellow in. Because my kid definitely has some yellow base tones to her skin. Her skin's very warm. I think that's going to be close. And then I'm putting a little bit of water in here to thin it down, like enough that, because I really want this coat right here to be incredibly thin, like little highlights. Yeah, we haven't seen sunny and 75 with a nice breeze like in years, I feel like. I feel like it always jumps. Like we might get those couple of days that are like 60, 65, 70 for like a couple of days, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's 90 degrees outside. Or all of a sudden, boom, it's 30 degrees outside. Like, I feel like we didn't get to have the windows open at all this fall for more than like a day. Oh, yay. Hi, Scrain. Can I get a shout out for Scrain, please? Patchwork, I don't know if you're still here, but you are coming to AdeptiCon, yeah? Yay. We're gonna get to see everybody. I'm so excited. This might be too light. Might be too light. Or too light for as thick as the paint went on. I may just need to thin it down significantly more to really get those very thin coats. I'm going over it with this actually might just work. Screen, are you taking any classes or are you just coming to the show? And what competitions are you entering? I need to know. Not for any reason other than the fact that I'm a nosy bitch. Oh no, you're fine. I was just asking about AdeptiCon and saying hey. I fully understand taking out the pups. I'm gonna be taking mine out here in about 10 minutes when I take my break. 15 minutes. When ads run, I'm gonna go pop them OUT and grab myself a snack because I haven't eaten yet. Ender, thank you. I appreciate it. $67% of the way there to fund the new emotes. They're coming. I've seen some of the mock-ups. They're looking really good. It is just a slow process of getting everything done. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're getting there. And then there's going to be no more new emotes until Abby gets breaks. Because she's going back to school this month and she's trying to crank out I'm her last client before she leaves to go back to school. And it's going to be 4 years of, if she has the time, she will reach out to the people still using her emotes to be like, hey, I got a spot open. And that's a big if, because there's always the chance that she doesn't, so. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Emotes are a blast to make, yeah. I wish I had that kind of talent. My drawing skills are just not, that's not where my skills are, unfortunately. I do much better with stuff like this. I'm really good with drawing maps. Maps I can do. Improving painting is such a mood. Lady Liz's World, I'm sorry I didn't see the hello. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. My apologies, I just saw it. I got distracted by the kindness. All right. That's not too bad in terms of highlighting. I think that looks pretty good. Might just get a hint of this brighter one to give her a little eyeshadow kind of action going on here. Maybe just a little bit down the bridge of the nose. Highest points of the cheeks. A little bit on the edges of the ears, base of the neck where you might catch some light, especially where her hair is blowing out of the way. How would I paint a panda? White first, then black. Hydrate, I got you. Only I'm not actually hydrating. I'm drinking Canada Dry ginger ale. Packing all the damn meds. Which classes did you sign up for, Screen? Again, I'm being nosy. I want to know what everybody's up to. Yeah, well, a lot of the U.S. is blanketed in snow right now, including places in the south where they don't normally get snow, and it is ugly. All right, Panda, leave her alone while she looks good. And I feel you, Melissa. Med packing is a lot. Princess and Bee both take a ton of stuff that they've got to get packed and prepped for trips, so I get it. Great. I swear to God, you were one of the most type A people I know in the mini painting community, and it's great. The only spreadsheets I currently have is what do we need to print for me to get shit ready for AdeptiCon. Everything else is just kind of fuck it, I'll figure it out. 1 second, y'all. I have a candle sitting behind me and it's being a little weird. I want to make sure it's okay. It should burn down low so it was flickering a little bit. Okay, well that's fair. Mommy stood up for half a second. You're fine. Hello, baby girl. I know, I said Daddy's name earlier. Papa is gonna be home later. Oh, big stretch. What a big stretch. Big stretch and collapse behind my chair. There we go. She's like, you moved your chair and it's almost potty time. What are you doing, lady? Oh. Trigger warning, messy desk. This is what yeah. Y'all see the clean spot. I am due to put my paints away, though. A lot of these were out for a couple of very specific projects, and it is time to put them away now. I'll put just a little bit more water here. We do have ads starting about 3.5 minutes. I'm going to go on break in about 1.5 minutes, and I'm going to get up because I've got to move my body around a little bit, and the doggos need to go OUT. Yeah, I know. You're pacing towards the door because you know it's afternoon. I should never have put you on a fucking schedule. Can y'all hear her fussing at me? Yourself. Okay. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Madam? All right, let me go put these dogs outside. I'll be right back. Everybody else, take a break. Get up, stretch, move your bodies. Do the things you got to do to take care of you. If you take meds and you haven't taken them, please go take your meds. Do the world a favor and take your meds. You will feel better. All right, I'll be right back. I will be back probably 5-ish minutes. So everybody sit tight. I'm going to put on the BRB, mute my mic, go take care of the doggos. And in the meantime, if you are going to AdeptiCon, I want to know exactly what everybody's taking because I want to know if I'm taking classes with friends. Okay, bye. All right, I am back. Oh boy, I just read the email for this mini that I am discussing potentially painting, and I love the concept. I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna have to send him pictures of Glicks because I think that when he sees Glicks, because of the concept he's looking at, he's gonna lose his shit and we're gonna be okay. So all right, where was I? Legs. I'm trying to get my headset. Oh, well, it's because my eyes fell down my face. My glasses slid down my nose. I'm like, why can't I see through my magnifiers? Because I can't see through my glasses. That's fair, Melissa. You're what, 2 days away from a gigantic con that you're con chair for? Yeah, I'd be screaming too. I have 69 days to AdeptiCon and I'm ready to throw things. This is a defense one, so we're going to be a little more specific on placements here. By putting a whole bunch of range right in the middle where I'm going to put high ground. And then I definitely want healers at all the corners. And one right in the middle. There we go. I gave the doggies a stick so that they would leave me alone when they came in. Seeger was mad I took too long to get to the door to let him in. He wanted to go out so bad, but then he was really mad. Hey, that's enough with the growling. I am in no mood for doggos on their bullshit today. I had to deal with that last night. I had brought some leftover Hawaiian rolls in here. Yes, absolutely patchwork. It's exactly that with Seeger. He wanted to go out, and then it's like, why is the ground wet and cold? Because it snowed. I don't like this. Bring me in. Well, you're going to have to wait because I'm in the middle of doing something. Meanwhile, Ripley's outside living her best life, rolling around in it like a weirdo. Seeger, stop licking your feet so much. Go back to sleep. That's enough. Go sleep. Seeger, I don't want to listen to you lick your feet. That's enough. That is like the most triggering noise in the world. Stop. Go to sleep. Or go beat up your sister. Seeger doesn't let us clip his nails, and he tends to break them, so he likes to lick his feet to try to heal them. And it's like, dude, if you would just let us clip them a little bit shorter, you wouldn't run into the you tried to climb the tree and broke 2 toenails. He also likes to try to climb the tree in the backyard because there's a squirrel that runs up there that he hates. And by climb the tree, I mean literally stick his claws in the tree and pull himself up. Because he's a fucking weirdo. Turn this one bright enough? No. There we go. I think it's just because one of my lamps isn't right over me. I was testing out a new thing. I'm bringing the brighter light over. Better. That's not too bad. It's got good volume there for like where the muscles are. Black Fox Kitsune raiding with a party of 5. Welcome in, raiders. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Awkwardish Panda. I am very awkward. I am roughly panda sized. I'm queer as heck. I'm a professional mini painter. It's what I do for a living. I will get you a shout out here in just a second because most of my mods are in meetings right now. So bear with me. How are you doing? Oh, welcome back, Cerulean. Cerulean beat me to it because she back. But welcome in, Raiders. What were you up to today? How was your stream? What were you up to? If you are new here and are interested in mini painting and chill vibes, if you wouldn't mind hitting that follow button, that would be rad. I am on the road to 2,500 followers. My goal is to get there by the end of the month so we can start working on a 2024 goal of 3K. But how was your stream? What were you up to? How are you doing today? I am currently highlighting the legs on Star Princess Aries. It's a model from Privateer Press. We are actually painting her to look a little bit like my 9-year-old, and we let her pick the colors. So this thing is about to be a riot of 9-year-old ridiculousness. Y'all got here right on time. I just came back from break. My doggos needed to go out. If I could get you video of the doggos at some point during stream, I will. Currently, one of them is on the couch eating, and all you can see is her ass. The other one is asleep under my desk. Or falling asleep under my desk. If you're trying to use... There's certain emotes that are Twitch native emotes that I have blocked because they're from terrible people. Or they are used to hurt people. So if you have an emote in it, that might be why. But I'm sorry. Yeah, that one right there, he was involved with Gamergate. And while he is no longer with us, he passed away several years ago. He was an asshole and did a lot of harm to women in the gaming industry, especially here on Twitch. So we have his emote blocked. Because there's a lot of people, at least in my community, that work in the gaming industry that just, they don't want to see it. So yeah, that one's blocked because he was a terrible, terrible human being that did a lot of harm to women specifically. That's weird. It shouldn't. I don't know. I'm sorry. That it shouldn't block. It should just be that emote. So I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I feel that on a spiritual level. When chaos hits and you're trying to paint, it's like, wait a minute. Okay, well, I guess I'm putting this down and doing something else. What are you painting? Or seriously, nice. Hey, Shiny, welcome in. I have my squig sitting here to work on while coats of paint dry on her, too. Because I realize I'm still sitting in Warhammer and not like a different category. Because, hey, Twitch won't give us a mini painting category, which they should. All right, y'all. I'll let chat pick hair, body, spaceship. All right, well, thank you so much for trusting me with your community and raiding over with everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Spaceship? We can start with the spaceship. I need to get me a big old wad of sticky tack. Hi, Ripper. All right, spaceship it is. Start with the top and then I will flip it over because we're going to start with all the pink that's got to go on here. Hi, Ripley. Are you going to... Okay. Under the desk, she says. I'm going to sleep under the desk. So I am going in with this dark magenta and I'm going to be basing all of the areas on here that have this like bright circuitry pattern in this pink. And then the plan will be, I will be going over all of these areas with where this pink is going to get a, almost like a plasma treatment. where essentially I'm going to flood all these little crevices with a bright white, and then it's all going to get neon pink over the top of it. Provided that the paint doesn't sit here and pool all the way up like it's doing. I don't want everything to get full of paint. I just want to get it coated. So we're going to go in with a little bit of a drier brush. We're going to lift a bunch of this excess paint out of here just so that it is painted, not flooded. We're just getting the initial bits of pink on here. Now, white ink would be the way to do this, but I don't know that I want to spend the money on a bottle of white ink right now. It's not that expensive, but I'm not exactly raking it in at the moment. So I may just thin down some of my bold titanium white with a flow improver. And then just touch it with a brush and let it flow. Matter of fact, we're going to see if that works, because if I do it now and I test it now before I get other stuff painted, I'll know if it's going to work or not, and then that way I can go from there. So let me get out a palette. I need one that's dry. This one will work. This is my flow improver. No, that's my thinner. I have a bottle of flow improver. There it is. I'll set this wet palette aside for just a second. We're going to try to proof of concept this. Basically DIY panel liner. But I only want flow improver. I do not want thinner on this, because thinner will thin the paint out. I just want it to flow better. Trig, I think you have to hey Sari individually. How are you doing? And I don't mind if there's like a little bit of pink from this brush in here. That's not going to bother me at all. All right. Let's see if this works. Wow, Ripley. Wow. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch. I want a smaller brush for this. I want the smallest brushes I have will be like the only thing that's going to work for this, so. Yeah, we did Pandemonium on Friday. Next one is going to be this Friday. We do them every Friday. I think it's gonna work. I think I might actually need more flow improver. And potentially an even smaller brush. But the easiest way to figure this out is to, you know, test things, because I can always like get this off of here and redo things. It's the beauty of rubbing alcohol. Y'all, this is gonna take forever. It looks really cool though. I wonder if this brush is just not picking up enough paint. Well, let's see what happens if I use a little bit larger brush and just touch it. That is for sure more effective. I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life. This will 100% be worth it. It is going to be a pain in my entire ass. Gonna get that delicious freaking glow effect though. All right. Nice. We do love when minis show up. That was me. If anybody heard that, that was me, and I don't know what disconnected. My computer does that all the time, and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be interested to see what this all looks like once all of the excess water evaporates and the paint starts to really dry. It looks really cool though. I'm gonna do this one side and then we're gonna set this piece aside and let it dry, and then we're gonna see what happens with it before we move forward. Sorry, that's why I always say when it does it that I know it's me. There's something on my PC that's just constantly disconnecting and we don't know what it is. At one point we found out it was my USB-C, like my extra USB-C ports on the PC itself were disconnecting, and we fixed it, and now something else is pinging and we don't know what it is. That's why I always tell people, hey, it's me, I'm sorry. Luckily, this is one of those things where, you know, I'm testing it, and if it doesn't work, it's as easy as dropping it in my thing of rubbing alcohol, washing everything off, and going a different direction. The hope is I don't have to do that, because from the distance, that looks really cool. But I definitely want to let it dry and see what it looks like once it's dry, because then I can determine kind of what I want to do. Part of that being also because, you know, this also has the whole underside I have to do like this. That glow effect looks really cool. I'm going to hit the whole thing with some more pink and some fluorescent pink. I'm going to see what happens if we drip it in these little wells, because these little wells are also lights. There's a lot of lights on this piece. All right, time to put this aside and let it dry. I'm going to put it way far away from me so I'm not constantly checking on it. I want to let it actually dry, and that's going to take a while because Flow Improver takes a little bit. So while that's going, pop back over. I think I might base coat her torso. I don't think I have my dark green over here, do I? If I have my dark green, I might base coat her hair. I do have my dark green. I'm gonna base coat her hair real quick. Actually, I'm gonna take just a little bit of this darker brown that I mixed and add it to this green. And we can use to start working the hair up to the right color. My palette is also starting to dry out, so, you know, oh my god, wow, that was almost a disaster. I'm definitely going to end up getting off stream a little earlier than I did Monday, because obviously I have Fairwick tonight. But I also, my brushes are getting a little cruddy. I got to wash them after stream. I also have to feed myself and do my hair and makeup and all that kind of stuff that I got to do before recordings, so. Probably could have gone with just the straight out of the bottle green with how thin down this is. I might add a little bit more green down into it because this is way darker than I was expecting it to be on the mini itself. Because on camera it looks really dark. In person it really doesn't until you put it on the mini and you're like, yeah, no, that is actually pretty dark, so. contribution to the project. So how's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? Packing all the things? Well, I appreciate you. Like I said, it's not going to be a super long stream for me today. I have got to eat something before I get to the rest of my day because I didn't eat breakfast this morning. Don't fuss at me, y'all. I know. I was working on building a model and then I realized what time it was and I'm like, oh, I got to stream. I also haven't had much of an appetite for the last couple of days. I know I need to eat, so. car door shut outside. Hopefully it's UPS. UPS would be nice. Get the groceries in from HelloFresh, get them put away. We do have an ad starting here in just a moment. I didn't get the warning, but now it just says ad starting soon, so I don't know when they're going to pop. I'm literally just sitting here adding green paint to hair. So y'all aren't going to miss much if you get stuck behind an ad. There they go. I'm actually taking her off of here because I have to get up under and the thing is not... The handle was getting in the way. But she is glued to this, so... I haven't decided if I'm actually going to pin her or not, but I glued her to a pin to make her easier to paint. See, there's no one there. You're all upset over nothing. Go lay down. Seeker, enough licking your feet, dude. See. Hey. Enough. Hey. Knock it off. And dog just licking his feet. Non-stop licking his feet. All he wants to do is lick his damn feet. All right, well now green hair is green. I'm going to start base coating her uniform, which I'm going to base coat it in this really dark pink. It's going to get brought up to a white, but I want it to be a warmer white, and I want it to have that like pink tone that's going to get carried through the whole piece. Because this is one of those situations where this piece with the colors that she picked was begging for a pop of something much warmer. So when I asked her, hey, do you want some bright pink on here? She was like, yeah. Okay. Did I lead her a little bit on that one? Yes. Do I think it's going to make a huge difference in the piece overall? Yes. Also, yes. Like, I want it to be something that she picked, and I want it to be something that she loves, but I also want it to, you know, potentially win awards, because P3 is one of the few that I feel like I actually have a really good shot at. Because P3 does their awards significantly different. Like, they don't have, you know, they don't have, these are who medaled, this is who didn't, like, hierarchy. They go on a grading scale, basically, and all of the judges involved do their grades, and your total score overall points to where you land, and you'll either be bronze, silver, or gold. If you land in the gold category, you go on to compete for Grandmaster in all of the categories, and then the overall. So you do have the potential to... I'll get to Stream Raiders here in a couple minutes. You do have the potential to end up with a medal because they don't limit it to how many people can get them. Whereas stuff like Golden Demon, there's a limit. Like, there's only X number of awards available. It prevents people who do good work from getting snubbed by bias. Because art is such a subjective thing. There's no like, oh, these two pieces are the same quality by completely different people, but I like this person better, or I just happen to really like this piece better, so I'm going to score it higher to guarantee it gets this. This is your rubric, this is what you score it. And the points are the points, and that goes where they land. And there is no limit. Let's do Stream Raiders real quick. Drop that right there. Catch as many people as possible. Battle cries in chat. Not the showdown insta-win. I'll grab that in just a second, y'all. I have paint on model right now, so. Very quickly going to get her sleeves covered because these armbands are also the same color as her jumpsuit is, so. Definitely gonna need a second coat of this pink, but I think it's going to look really good. This pink is just so pretty. I love this color. So many people use this color for like base coats and stuff. It's great. It's just a really good color. I think I may paint her gloves too, because I think I might paint her gloves like actually pink. Because like this bit on her chest is going to be that bright pink. I might do her gloves the bright pink too. That could look really cool. Because they are definitely gloves. Don't forget, Pandemonium is going to be on Friday at the top of stream. And by top of stream, I mean I usually give everybody about 15 or 20 minutes to get here before we review everybody's stuff. So if you have anything you want me to take a peek at on stream, definitely get that set up so I can see it on Friday. Did I just flick paint on my hand? Yes. Did I expect it? No. I don't know that the Monument Hobbies paints love this particular brand of paper. I think it likes the Game Envy stuff better. Everyone has their own proprietary like paper for a wet palette, but you can definitely tell it behaves significantly different on this than it does on the Game Envy one, which is weird for me. A lot of the paint comes out with a more jelly consistency on this paper. It's fun, but it's weird. And I realize that overall this piece feels really dark right now. It will brighten up as we go. I didn't do like a zenithal or anything like that because there's going to be so many coats of paint on this by the time we're done. It's probably not going to show real well. Also, a zenithal would have required me to like actually assemble the mini first, and that's kind of hard to do with this particular piece because there's so many pieces that have like real specific stuff you got to do with them. So you know, and with my disabilities and with my inability to like control my handshakes some days, it's just so much easier for me to do this in a sub-assembly because she is such a large model and she is resin and she is very heavy. She's gonna be so cool when she's done. Or closer to the camera so y'all can see. So the pink is gonna dry down. We're gonna do another coat of it once it's dry. And then we will start bringing up the highlights on that white while also working on the neon pink on the spaceship. Because like I said, we work from the skin out because that way it's less of a risk of you hitting something on the outside with the color you're putting on the inside. Oh, it seems like it dried okay. There are a couple of spots that darkened, but that's okay. Take a little bit of this and see how this is going to look over the top of it now. Oh, it is not quite dry yet. I think I'm going to be able to make it work though. But I gotta let that dry all the way down. There's still some pockets that are a little wet, so gotta do that. Let me check her hair, see how her hair is looking, see if we need another coat. I don't think we're going to, but we might in a couple spots. I'm gonna be real interested to see how this color works up. I have the theory in my head as to how I want to do this, but obviously I can't picture it. But she very specifically said mint green. She didn't say Tiffany blue. She didn't say the minted ice like our wall. She said mint green. So this is the color I'm pulling it up to. And I think it's going to work really well. We're going to see. But for now, I have a headache and I need to eat something and I need a break and I need to go to sleep probably for like an hour before we have our thing tonight, because I didn't sleep real well last night because, like I said, there's a lot going on. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I think we're going to go raid Duck because Duck is on, though I think Duck is streaming with Brush today, so he may have pretty high numbers. So we're going to kind of go look and see who from the mini painting community could use the view boost. Oh, Nerdholic just went live and has nobody there. So, like, just went live. So that's where we're going to go. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, it's bad brain hours this week, and I didn't eat today because I didn't have enough time to eat before stream. So I'm going to go get myself some lunch, do the self-care thing, because I yell at y'all all the time. I should probably listen to my own advice, right? Go watch the latest episode of Fiends of Fairwick. It's the best way you can help me offline right now is help get that show off the ground. It is youtube.com/@Fiends of Fairwick. I'll get you a link once I actually am on the correct thing. Go watch it. If you aren't interested in the show, it's fine. But the easiest, thank you, Cerulean, I appreciate you. The easiest thing you can do is, even if you're not a TTRPG person, throw the episodes on in the background with the tab muted and just, pretend like you're watching. It's a great way to help your friends. Anybody who has a YouTube channel, find their YouTube channel, put it on play, and mute your computer. Not like the actual site. Turn your speakers down and just let it run. Best way to help people. But we're gonna go hang out with Nerd Holla because Nerd Holla just went live. And I'm gonna go eat. So if you could please tell her that I said hello. Someone please tell her I said hi and that I'm sorry I needed to raid and run, but I need to walk away from my computer right now. My head is starting to hurt, and I'm sure some of it is the lights and some of it is all of the other stuff. So I need to go protect my brain. So we're gonna get that raid started. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. As always, be nice, be kind, be your wonderful selves. I will be back on Friday around 10 or 10:30 Central, provided we have power and that the world isn't ending because of the snow, because they're saying it's going to be a nightmare. My raid call is #PandaParty with my hi emote. Use whatever hi, hello, or howdy emote you have. And like I said, someone please tell Nerd Holla that they're great and we adore them and that we will talk at them later, but I need to raid and lurk. I will see everybody Friday. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you then. And hopefully I will have a whole bunch more work done on this between now and then. Bye, y'all.